Let me press record. Okay, here we go. It's feeling like a whirlwind. I literally just walked in the door and I'm like, I have to record tonight. So bear with me as I still get set up here a little bit. All right. I think I'm good there. Put this over here. Okay. So, episode 75, we are going to be talking about examples, explicit examples for spicing up the bedroom. Okay. All right. Here we go. Listen, on YouTube, you guys get to see all the behind the scenes. You get to see it all. All right. Episode 75. We are at episode 75, Cravers. I cannot believe it. I mean, wow. It's been almost 4 years and 75 episodes just still sounds surreal to me. I'm like, how can this be? Time absolutely flies when you're having fun. And for today, on episode 75, I'm going to do a little bit of a follow-up to episode 73, where I was discussing mismatches in sex drives in relationships. I realized, there were a few things that I talked about and addressing it, and I gave a few ways that you can help, but I want to give examples on how you can spice things up in the bedroom and improve, let's bridge that gap there between your mismatch, if you have one, and your relationship and your sex drives. Okay, so we're going to give examples for spicing it up in the bedroom. Okay. All right, let's start with my 5-minute orgasm. I feel like I need to bring that back. It's a lot of fun, and let's talk about it. So this weekend, I traveled. I literally just got off the airplane. I spent the weekend with Mike in Georgia, and it was a really nice time. This was the first weekend that we spent together where we weren't doing and trying to achieve a lot of different things. We just really had a lot of downtime, relaxed, went on walks, like old couple shit. But it was really nice. And of course, plenty of kitten time, which is my very favorite thing in the world. I mean, I literally am like giddy, okay? Like I take a nice hot shower because I'm just coming in and I just like smell good, I feel good, and then I walk over to bed naked and I lie on my belly and he just gets to working, okay? And I absolutely love the way that he is so good with his hands. The massaging and the teasing and like the little, like playing, like making the macaroni and cheese sound, like I fucking love that shit. And it's amazing foreplay and just feels really, really good. I swear to you, like the world melts around me and all of my troubles go away. It's kitten time and it's the best thing ever. I felt like we had like a really intimate time this weekend too, in the bedroom. And that was really nice for me. So great time, chill weekend, cooked for him. That's my love language. And just a lot of good downtime. I needed that. So I also recently have gone on a date with one of my very favorite couples in the lifestyle. And they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we want to dabble into the world of BDSM more. How do you feel about joining us? And they sent me this photo with like floggers and crops and restraints. And I was like, yeah, I'm into that. And so I'm going to be exploring that with them. So TBD, and I'll be letting you guys know about that. And also I saw Aaron, sex shop. What do we do? Sex shop talk. A few episodes ago, I was on Instagram live. If you don't follow me there, it's at Midlife Craving. And Erin lives right down the street. And I was like, come over, girl. And we had this awesome live time together. She has so many stories and she has so many toys that she wants to share. So I'm like, girl, you got to come back on. And so she's going to be back soon too. And just lots of stuff going on. All right, so let's wrap this 5-minute orgasm up and let's get right into it. Okay, let's just get right into examples for spicing it up in the bedroom. How do I put this on? Come on, baby. There we go. Now, when I was writing these examples, I kind of felt like I was speaking for women, like towards women mostly. And I think that's because I have a lot of gals in my DMs that are like, Adrienne, how can I spice things up? How can I improve my libido? Like, help me, you know? And so I want to, so this does kind of feel like I'm speaking to women, but I'm speaking to men here too. And so I just want to say, if you have a gal in your life or your girlfriend, or, you know, you guys are having girl talk and you want to share this with your friends, please do. I really want to just add flavor for everyone, like spice it all up out there. All right. So be sure to share this with your friends, or you can share it with your partner. If you're listening to this, I feel like I'm mostly speaking to women. So here we go. And by the way, I'm promoting that. I need more gals. I need my demo is like 60% men, and where are my girls at? So bring them and send them my way. Okay, so I'm going to start like right off with the very best way, the number one way that you can spice things up and make your relationship exciting again. And that is simply to initiate. Be the initiator. Okay. I know a lot of my guy friends, they complain about it. And I have a lot of guys in my DMs that are like, I'm tired of asking. I'm tired of trying. And so initiate. It's really simple. So, whatever it may be, send them a text, say, hey, honey, come upstairs. Ways to just put it out there, like give them a little love tap, make out with them in the kitchen, send them a text and say, hey, I'll meet me upstairs, whatever it may be, but just initiate. Trust me. Okay. So number one tip. Okay. Now here's another one. I want you to give him a hand job in the car. Do not underestimate the power of a good hand job, by the way. Not a blow job. I feel like that's very dangerous. And I'm definitely not trying to condone anything that's dangerous or illegal. So a hand job, easy and very exciting in the car. So do that. Also think about, and I've talked about it on the show before, making a fantasy list, a fantasy to-do list. If you want to see mine for ideas, send me a DM over on Instagram. I'll forward you mine, but make a list. And just start, writing things like, hey, just it could be simple examples too. Like, I want you to bend me over the kitchen countertop. I want you to come home. Like, I want to meet midday and have a nooner. And you can share your note with your partner on your phone, and you guys can just start checking things off. It's a lot of fun, and it takes the pressure off of what are we going to do next? How are we going to keep it fresh? You can keep a tracking list, and it encourages you and your partner to go out on a limb because you're not speaking to them about it. You're typing it in your phone and you're like, hey, let me see what they think. And you might be a little bit more brave, and your partner might as well, with things that they're wanting, needing, or craving. And so it's easy to share, and it just kind of takes the pressure off. So make that fantasy to-do list, make that list and check it twice. It's a lot of fun. Another perfect example on how to spice things up, get out of the bedroom. You can even set a limit, like no sex in the bedroom for 30 days. Like you can fuck me anywhere else, just not in this bedroom. And just simply changing the environment of where you're getting it on really can spice and intensify things. So get out of the bedroom. Plan a getaway. Just book it too. Like don't consult with your partner. Don't be like, maybe, get the babysitter, book the hotel. Even if it's just a staycation, it could be local, a drive right down the street. Hotel sex is so hot, by the way. So just do that. All right. Another thing, and this was actually, Mike was like, I like this one. You can dress sexy, like get a new dress. Get like something that like he will love on you, and just surprise him with it. Like dressing sexy, like, and I'm such a big believer in look good, feel good, and so buy a new dress. It makes me. Mike was like, oh, I like that idea. So now I have to start adding some things into my Amazon cart because I agree. Like just changing things up. Like I never really wear dresses, and so for me to walk downstairs with the dress on, Mike will be like, whoa, hey now. So dress sexy. Buy something new. Treat yourself, by the way. You deserve it. Speaking of dressing up, you can also, I am encouraging you to explore the world of role play. Something that I did a long time ago with Prince Charming. And by the way, I knew he wasn't very comfortable with this, but I was like, I'm going to surprise him. So we had a hotel. So remember, booked that hotel. And I was like, hey, can you go downstairs and get me some ice? Or I think I said, can you go run out and get me some Nooners? I don't remember, but I sent him out on his way. And I hurried up and I got into a maid outfit. And he came back in and he came in and I was like on the floor, like in the bathroom, like cleaning. And I was like, oh, sir, I'm so sorry that you found me here. I promise I'll wrap this up quickly. And he was like, what? But he jumped into it. Like even him, who was like, I knew that was going to be a stretch, but he loved it and it was fantastic and super hot. And he even said, like, I hope you don't mind, I saw a maid in the room earlier. And like that conversation over dinner was super hot and made me want to do it again. So dress up. You could be a nurse, a maid, a flight attendant. Okay. Like, entries are this way and that way. There's so many things you could do to explore that, break out of your comfort zone and try the role playing. It is a lot of fun. Speaking of changing things and getting out of the norm, feel like that's the trend right now. Change positions, mix things up. You can Google Kama Sutra. There's a million different positions, and some of them are actually really wild, like the Amazon position. I really want to try that. There are so many different positions to try, and you and your partner can go through them, which, by the way, is hot in itself, and say, what do I like? What do you like? Oh, let's try that. Let's see if we can defy gravity here. Some of those moves, I'm like, I've had 2 back surgeries, so not really sure. But listen, change it up. Try something new. It could be as simple as, not doing it missionary for a little while. Try the different positions. It definitely works. Okay. I also think this is a hot way to spice things up is embrace sexy talk. Say things like, I want you to blank me, or I want you to do blank to me. Or, a powerful statement is, I want you to have your way with me and you have full permission. Another hot and very consensual, I love consent, heavy on the consent. And another thing you can say is, this pussy is yours and I trust you completely. His mind is going to be like, what am I going to do to her? So, work your way up to embracing sexy talk and speaking that. And if you're nervous about doing it, face to face, sext him. All right. For real. It's hot. Trust me. That's like my thing. So I'm encouraging you to do that. You can get a LoveSense Lush toy. That's like the toy that's controlled by an app on the phone. Okay, so here's my idea. You get the LoveSense Lush toy. You go to dinner. You pull it out discreetly and you show him, hey, look what I have. And you say, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to put this in. And you don't say anything. You don't no time for conversation. You just get up and go to the bathroom. He knows what you're doing. His mind will be racing at the table, okay? You come back to the table, you sit down, you pass him your phone with the remote, the Bluetooth capability pulled up, and you say, okay, you're in charge. Hot, amazing idea. By the way, I love that toy for foreplay. It is an incredible tool. I have not reached climax with it though yet. I do want to mention that, but maybe you will. I don't know. I feel like I need to explore that more, but it is really, really hot and amazing foreplay. Okay. Speaking of toys, introduce them to the bedroom if you haven't already. Toys, I say it all the time, are not your competition. They are your tag team partner. And I really believe toys in the bedroom are just next level shit. And there's so many different things out there you can explore and try. So if you're a beginner and you're nervous, I highly recommend Coco from tracysdog.com. You guys know I have a code, Cravers20. You'll get 20% off. The reason why I love that toy for beginners, and especially with couples and with your partner, is that it is whisper quiet. Not only is she really quiet, but she packs a powerful punch. And it's kind of like, she's just like a mid-sized bullet vibrator. Just a great beginner toy, a wonderful toy to try with your partner. So go over to tracysdog.com. Don't forget to use that code, Cravers20, get 20% off. It's like the shameless plug. But for real, get out there, introduce toys in the bedroom. And you can start small. And the world is, there's a lot out there. Okay. So lots of different ways to spice things up when it comes to toys. Another great thing you could do is sext, especially during the day, like when he's at work. Remember, foreplay starts in the beginning of the day. Okay. So sext your partner. say stuff like, I can't wait for you to get home. Or sometimes I'll be like, I'm raging today. Like, I need you to bend me over. Don't even talk to me. Just bend me over and fuck me as soon as you walk in the door. I don't want to talk. Just do it. Or even better, I'll just be ready when he pulls up. Okay. I'm in position. I'm ready to fucking go. All right. God, that reminds me of like when I'm playing with my Dom, who I miss so much. My mind's racing now. I will oftentimes, when he comes over, I'll be upstairs on my knees, hands behind my back, and just ready for him. Like, I'm in position. It's extremely hot. Okay. Whew. Mike had this one, and this is something that I am actually going to add to my list because I have never done this before, and it makes me a little nervous. But listen, it's all about exploring, having fun with it. And it's okay if you're a little nervous about it, all right? Like even me. But we're going to put ourselves out of our comfort zone and have fun with our partner to spice it up, right? We are. Okay, so Mike said, you should sit him in a chair in the corner of the room and put on a show for him, whatever that means. And I'm like, okay. So I got to start brainstorming and thinking about what I'm going to do. But that's a really hot and fun idea. Takes a lot of confidence and, confident girly like me. Like, I'm like, oof, but I'm going to work up to it and I'm going to do it. Maybe start small. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be too crazy because I don't think I'm like really of a striptease girl, but maybe that's what I could do. I can just undress for him and like throw my clothes at him and stuff. All right. That's what I hope you're not listening. Surprise. Okay. This is a really hot idea. Are you ready? Okay. So go to dinner. And after dinner, like when he gives the waiter the card, and by the way, he's giving him the card, like he's paying, right? Like we're not even going to talk about that. Okay. So he'll be giving her the card. And when she walks away, immediately, take off your panties or have them off beforehand, hand them to him and say, see you in the car, get up and walk out and wait for him in the car. Okay. That's another one where you just like drop the mic and then roll. And he's going to be like, oh my God. Like imagine that. Right. So that is an amazing tip. Also, I'm a big fan of waking my partner up with oral. So not only are you initiating, but you're doing something that's really surprising, hot and sexy. And he's not going to forget that. Okay. So wake him up with a little mouth hug. Okay. All right. And guys, do that to your gal too. Okay. That goes both ways. A lot of these go both ways, but I feel like I'm speaking mostly to my girls here. Okay. Another way you can spice things up is talking dirty during sex. That's kind of always been my thing. And I've noticed with a lot of my friends in the lifestyle, when you get to see other people, engaging in sex, like some girls are really quiet and, it is a little out of the norm. So you could start small too. Like I just like to say things like, that pussy's yours, or it feels good, doesn't it? And I also love like doing the gorilla grip too. I'll be like, okay, wait a minute. And I like to take charge. I say, wait a minute. So push it in. And then he does. And then like I Kegel, and then he pulls out and he's like, oh my God, like I'm telling you. And I can even get it to a rhythm where like I'm using my Kegels every time he pulls out. And it's funny because my partners sometimes get frustrated by that. They're like, can you stop doing that? Because like I do not want to come so fast. So super hot and fun and highly recommend. Another way is to send your partner a video of you masturbating or using a toy. It reminds me of that cream pie video that I sent Mike, which was super fucking hot. Send them a little something. Bonus points if it's during the day or when like he is looking at his phone somewhere and you're like, hey, I can't wait to get out of here. Save it for later. That kind of stuff is super hot. You can also book, I can never say this word right, book a boudoir session. Is that how you say it? Or snap some sexy photos for him and get them printed. You can make a book that you and your partner can have and keep safely secured together, right? If you are looking, by the way, for someone to take your photos and you're local to the DMV area, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia, go see my friend Luigi over at Capital Bombshell. It's at Capital Bombshell on Instagram. He is fantastic. And he's also lifestyle friendly photographer. So go hit him up. Tell him that I sent you. Maybe I'll get him to get me like a little coat or something. But, not only will that increase your confidence as well, but it will drive your partner wild. So highly recommend that. Also, let's talk about sex games and different things that you can try in the bedroom with your partner. So they have things like sex dice where you roll it and it will say like lick, kiss, nibble, suck on one. And the other dice will say, breasts, neck, whatever. And like you can roll those together and play that. There's also card games you can play, love coupons that you can share, or you can go over to my website, midlifecraving.com, and download my sex match game. If you have listened to a few of my episodes before, Hot Dog and I actually played it live on the show, and it's a lot of fun. And I have a PG version and then also like a more risque version. It's a lot of fun. So sex match game over on midlifecraving.com. If you just want to get started, it's very easy. And talk about spicing things up, right? It's a lot of fun with your partner. Okay, you can also, and I'm a big fan of this, take your partner to a sex shop. You walk in there, it's electric. There's, different colored dildos all over the walls and outfits and just unique things you've never seen before. And it will pique your interest. And your partner might say to you like, hey, I've always wanted to try this. And you never knew. You never knew because you never gone in there together before. And so I'm a big fan of, getting a dildo together, getting a vibrator together, having your partner pick out an outfit for you to wear. Highly recommend a date to the sex shop. It's a lot of fun. I used to do that all the time with Baywatch. It was a fantastic time. And I love taking my partners to the store. It's fun, and you also get to see what they're into, what they like. All right. I know there's some of you that are watching this or listening to this and you're like, Adrienne, my partner and I have done all of that. We are next level. We don't really need to spice up our life, but we're open to learning new things. So here we go. This is next level examples on how to spice things up. Okay, you ready? Bring a friend. Hey now, like have a threesome. Introduce that, talk about that with your partner, like think about maybe opening up your relationship a little bit. It takes a ton of trust, a lot of over communication, but when it's done well, it is very nice. So add a third. Okay. Also, I'm a huge fan of going to a lifestyle club or an event. Okay. And remember, when you go to a lifestyle party or an event or a club, you don't have to play. There's no pressure. You can go to one of these events, even like a private like house party, and not play and still have a fantastic time being around sex positive people who will love and embrace you for who you are individually. It's a no judgment zone, and there's something to be said about that. And so, explore that with your partner. Go to the lifestyle club. You can search your local area. And then also frictionparties.com is a great place to find events, hotel takeovers. And just remember, you don't have to play. Okay. So big fan of that. Also, with your partner, if you want to level up, you can dabble into the world of BDSM. Get a flogger, get a crop, get some restraints. The under the bed restraints is one of my favorite things. And what my Dom taught me is he said, Adrienne, you don't have to be completely restrained. Like we can just do your left arm or just your feet or just your wrists. Like, there's many different ways to explore and play. I'm a huge fan of those restraints for the bed. And also you can, learn more about kinks, share with your partner, like, hey, what do you think of this? Or, hey, I'd like to try that. There's so many different things out there, and yet you can explore and learn and grow with your partner in the bedroom in ways that you could never imagine. Like there's a lot of shit out there. Okay. By the way, I'm a big fan of a foot fetish. Big fan. I love a guy that does that. I'm just like, yes, massage my feet, suck my toes. I don't care what you do. Okay. And then also another way that you can level up if you're next level couple is buy sex furniture, get a Liberator. The opportunities are endless on that thing. I absolutely love it. So those are different ways you can try if you're thinking, hey, we're a little bit more advanced. Those are some big ways that you can spice even your sex life up. Okay. All right. That was a ton of examples, right? And with all of them, I want to reiterate how important it is to communicate all of this with your partner. I know I spoke of many ways to surprise them and stuff, but get the general feel. And then for bigger things like, hey, a lifestyle party, or hey, let's have a threesome, communicate with your partner first and foremost. It's everything, okay? You want to learn their evolving needs, wants, and desires. And I feel like the first conversation is usually the hardest. Get past that and start spicing up your sex life, okay? All right. I have some exciting news. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I am thinking of going to weekly shows. I've been doing the show for almost 4 years, and episodes been dropping every other week consistently. And then, I take a break here and there. But really, I'm really thinking of doing episodes every week. I'm a little scared because it's a lot, but I want you to comment below and let me know. Like, do you want to have an episode every week? What do we think about that? And then also, I was thinking that every other week could be where I share and answer questions that you guys have. I get so many questions, and sometimes I'll throw in a Q&A here and there, but you cravers, you really reach out to me with some really thought-provoking and amazing ideas, or something you've even schooled me on. And so I was thinking maybe having every other episode be like Ask Adrienne Anything, or and just like really being able to engage with you guys as well. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'm so open to this. I really, really want to hear your input. So comment if you're on YouTube, send me a DM if you're over on Instagram following me at Midlife Craving, and let's see. Okay, let's see how this is going to go. I'm really nervous, but I feel like I've always wanted to say this. See you next Tuesday. Oh my God. I've always been dying to do that.